Marty's here, huh?
Yeah. Where's the
Marty
timer?
Bistro, hello, how you doing? I didn't know which Marty Mark meant. He said Marty's here. I didn't know if it was
We're stalled.
Marty's Nuts About Digging or Marty Bistro.
Or is it Marty's treasure hunting now?
Or is it Martin's treasure hunting? I think he switched to Martin's.
Maybe it's Digger Dog's treasure hunting. Marty changed it.
I don't know.
Hey, Bud Files.
Hi, Bud Files. You're seeing it before I am.
Hey, come on, Marty or Bud Files. Cookie the link. Join us. Come on.
Cynthia, hello.
Cynthia.
Shane, Ohio River. Name changes piss me off. Yeah,
I know what you mean. I know what you mean, Tim, Ohio River. That'll get him going. Watch.
No, you do somebody's channel for a long time, then all of a sudden you don't see it, and they changed that 2 months ago.
Yeah. Jim Steele, what's up, buddy?
Hello. How you doing?
Tom. Yeah, see what Shane wrote? Mike, the bird hunter. Hiya, Deej.
Hello, Deej.
Tom Riley's here, bud.
Oh, hi, Tom Riley. But yeah, Rob should be joining us. They canceled trivia, so as long as he's got internet. Hi, Randy. He said he'd be here. If not, that means he lost his internet and his power. So, Shane, get ready to start calling him the slob.
Yep. Just remember, Shane, he can see you in Bill's chat.
Yeah.
Well, wait, I don't know. I wonder if it would cross over since you're StreamYarding and he uses StreamYard.
He might not see it.
Happen? Huh.
Oh. Yeah, that's weird what's going on. I mean, Rob said he even called and tried to get it straightened out, and they can't fix it. So,
yeah, Shane said he was in the premiere, so no excuse.
Oh, in his premiere, so no excuse. Okay. Must have got it fixed. Hi, Rusty Fines. Oh. Well, Tom Riley, you're down there in the hurricane area, aren't you? Are you far enough south of that that's not hitting you?
Tot Lot Bandit. Man, it's a long time no see.
Paul, Tot Lot Bandit, how you doing? Yeah, and I got to check that's another one. Paul changed his name to Tot Lot Bandit, and from Paul's Detecting and from something else. And I haven't seen, for some reason, I'm not getting my notifications on a lot of channels, and I don't know why. Another thing that they had no answers at Google. Yeah, that sounds about right.
You were expecting a good answer from them, Shane?
Jim Steele, hello. Yeah, they're like it's like when we went out today, every place we hit, I mean, things were screwed up. It was unreal.
Jim, you don't know what's in here, okay?
Yeah, you had to try, Shane, understand that. But
yeah.
Robert and Melissa, hi, and welcome to the stream. That was fun, guys. I enjoyed being on your show Saturday night. That was a blast.
Oh, 70-30's here. I'm still trying to figure out who's 70 and who's 30. I'm thinking Melissa's actually 70.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Melissa's 70, Rob's only 30.
Yeah. So do you want to talk about your little coin experiment between the Vanquish and the
Rob's calling me.
Rob's calling.
Yeah. Hey. Hi, Rob.
It's 9 o'clock, sir.
Yep.
Are you on?
I'm on.
How come none of us can see you?
I don't know. I got 15 people in here.
Look for the other channel. Look for the other channel.
Okay, let me go to your other channel. Okay, all right, I'll figure this out.
Okay.
Jim Duncan.
The weather could be messing with him. Jim Duncan, welcome. Good evening. Oh,
Bill, you should have said, "Damn, I fell asleep. Sorry."
I went to get coffee, Rob.
Yeah.
There he is. Oh, I better drop him the link.
You think he's going to show up in that Ron Burgundy get up since he's going to be like in the eye of the hurricane doing his weather report?
I don't know. See, that didn't show up
Fingers
well.
crossed he is. I'm hoping.
Oh, there, Rob. It's the link's there. Hope you can see it. The hurricane could be messing with stuff.
Hey, Dan B.
Dan B, hello. There he is.
Oh, he's here.
Hi,
Oh,
Rob.
Ron, we were hoping you'd be Ron Burgundy.
I was over there before the
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. What'd you do, Bill? You throw him out?
I didn't touch nothing. It's got to be his end. That or he kicked the cord again. Him and Pat have a problem with kicking their cords and kicking themselves out. Expressions of the outdoors. Hello. He'll be back if he can. Oh, sorry to hear that, Dan. Hope it's all
Yeah,
okay.
No fun, man.
No lesion on your liver. That's good.
Yeah.
Everything is Rob's fault. I like that, Shane.
Oh, wait. And there is a lesion on my
There
liver.
is- oh, man. Sorry to hear
Yeah,
that.
ooh.
yeah. You just touch my camera cord and I go away.
Yeah, I know. And Pat kicks his power cord and throws himself off. Oh
No,
man, Dan, sorry.
we were waiting on your regular channel, and it didn't switch us over to go live.
Huh? Good old YouTube.
So expressions and Clark's Code figured it out faster than I did. So good for you guys.
Well, hey, Rob, I blame a higher river
That's
history.
pretty bad,
channel.
Rob. When the people with the string and tin cans can figure it out quicker than you can, that's pretty bad. Hi, Frankie.
Frankie.
I actually watched Randy's premiere tonight. I actually watched Iron Antlers premiere tonight with that fantastic shield nickel that Risha found. I watched Shane's unboxing of his scoop tonight. I am kicking ass tonight.
Sorry, guys, I missed all that. I'll watch it tomorrow. I fell asleep.
Well, Bill, that's what I was worried about. When it was 9:05 and you weren't there, I'm like, first I made a joke saying you're Monardo time, and then when I called you, I'm like, I told Denise, I said, get me my phone. I think Bill fell asleep. No, Rob was just on the wrong channel, okay?
I woke up just in time, actually.
Wow, big storm there, Mike, huh? Big storm there, huh?
So, what? Nothing going on there?
There ain't dick going on here, okay? It's not even raining, Bill. We don't even have a 10-mile-an-hour breeze here, okay? I should be able to clear the beach right now, but no, they've closed the beach for no reason whatsoever.
Oh, jeez. That figures.
Mark, I'm not sure I can get used to this no beard thing, buddy.
It's going to be that way for a while. I had enough of it.
Well, everybody keeps asking if I've grown a beard, and I just say, nope, I haven't felt like freaking shaving lately. Denise is calling me a lazy white man.
Old
I hope
Pilon, how you doing?
Well, Cynthia, you stay safe, because I know it's heading. They've already they're already moving all the reporters. They're already moving all the Weather Channel reporters. They're already moving them north from Florida into Savannah and the low-lying The area it's going to hit is called the Big Bend area of Florida. It's right where the Florida makes that big curve to the Panhandle.
Yeah,
That area right there is
that's
called
where
Big
it's going to
Bend.
hit. Up by
And
by
fortunately, that is the least populated section of Florida. It's a lot of
Good.
woodland.
isn't that where Charlie's at up there?
Now Charlie's even to the west of that. He's
Oh.
after the curve straightens out. Charlie's actually like 10 miles from Alabama.
Oh, okay.
Good.
So
Yeah,
we'll
he's
miss him
actually
good.
west of now. The thing is if it goes through on his side, it could suck Sand Beach. It would not surprise me if Charlie's not out there at midnight doing the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frankie says South Carolina's put us in a state of emergency. Yeah, the armpit. Yeah, Jim, the armpit of Florida. Exactly right.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Charlie's not out there right now, just waiting.
Jim says it's Jim's down in Jim Duncan's a member of my club, guys. He's a little further south in St. Pete. It's raining there, but we don't have nothing up here yet. Frankie, you stay safe, Frankie. Same thing with Cynthia.
Yeah. All you guys stay safe.
Hey,
Grandma
Grandma
Kelly.
Kelly.
I hope
You
Frankie's area and Cynthia's area need rain because they're going to get it. We were supposed to get 4 to 7. Now they've lowered it to 3 to 6
Exactly.
inches of rain, and I don't even think we're going to get 3 inches of rain.
I am Zach, son.
Evening,
Grandma Kelly,
Jackson.
I think you're watching the wrong stream. You're watching another stream and commenting on this one. She said, "There we go, handsome men." I
Yeah,
think
somebody
she's
doesn't have their glasses on.
Commenting here.
Yeah, you're in the wrong stream.
Keep acting crazy on him, putting on your camera. Denise is bouncing around the house. She says it's sprinkling outside.
Well, that's like after
Rusty Fine, congratulations.
Hurricane Katrina. My old house back in California had a creek behind it. Remember the big thing about FEMA not being there for Hurricane Katrina when they needed them?
Yeah.
Well, we were under a flood watch. Next thing I know, there's a knock at my door. So I go to the door. This guy's standing there, and he's from FEMA. He goes, "Do you need to be evacuated?" I went, "You got to be freaking kidding me. That's a creek behind my house, pal. I don't think I'm going to need to be evacuated."
Yeah, they've got all the sandbag places open here, and shelters are open. They closed all our schools today when we didn't even. And I said to my one buddy, "Why'd they bother closing schools?" And he goes, "Well, the only thing I can think of is that they needed some of them for shelters that they were opening early," which made sense. But I'd be willing to bet you nobody's at shelters right now. I mean, I'm glad. I'm glad it's gone further to the west and out in the Gulf more. We're just going to get some bands of rain tonight. We might get. They said up to 35-mile-an-hour winds, but considering 12 hours ago we were going to get 45 to 65-mile-an-hour winds, this is going to be a lot different.
Yeah. Well, that's like here in Tennessee, Middle Tennessee. The weather changes so fast during the day. You don't even bother with the weather report because they'll tell you, "Oh, it's going to be sunny all day," and you're looking out the window and it's raining like hell. Or
Tot Bandit says he thinks Mental Tech in New York City is in Florida today. See, I didn't know that. I wish Merrill would have let me know.
Merrill's in Florida?
That's what Tot Bandit just said.
Ouch.
But see, if he is, if his rental property that him and his wife own is down in South Florida, about 2 hours south of here, so he's
okay.
Yeah, they're fine. Jackson, that is exactly the way these weather people here make it sound. I swear to God, if it was up to them, we should all be driving to Pat's side of the state right now and taking refuge underground. I swear to God.
Yeah, that
sucks. I hate
That's
that.
like up here in the wintertime. They'll call for 20% chance of snow, and there's like 6 feet outside.
Yeah.
Yep, you're exactly right, Jim. Yeah, Deej, he likes it down. Yeah, he's just north of, I think, the Fort Lauderdale area, Deej.
Yep.
Yeah, if Merrill would have let me know down there, I would have driven down there today and spent a hotel down the night and hunted with him tomorrow if he'd have let me know.
Still, my favorite thing I ever read about the weather was some guy called into the National Weather Service because they called for clear and sunny where he lived. He goes, I want to tell you, I got 4 inches of clear and sunny on my front porch, you sons of bitches.
I mean, I filled up the Benz yesterday, Bill. $55, and I didn't even hit full all the way. We went and got gas in the 5-gallon can for the generator. We went and got the generator from my other house, brought it down here. I started it up today, got it running. I mean, Denise went out and bought 2 cases of water. We've got 5 days worth of food in the fridge and the freezer. I mean,
Yeah. Well,
I'm gonna hop off.
it wasn't hurricanes, but when I was living back in California, or towards the end, they'd have the rolling blackouts. So they'd warn you, okay, go get gas for the generator, get everything ready. Then an hour before, oh, well, we're canceling it. We're not going to cut your power. Thanks. Yeah.
Hey, good night, Expressions.
Ouch, Jackson says $120 for his truck.
Hey, David.
Yeah. DNL, hello. David Frazier,
Good evening,
hello.
DNL. Yeah, Deej. Now, anytime you come to Florida, Deej, be happy to hunt with you.
$0.40 today, huh, Frankie? $3.59.
Wow.
Ouch,
Yeah, we
Frankie.
filled
At least our Florida gas stations didn't raise our prices today. Damn, that sucks, Frankie. That should be illegal.
Yeah, that's a lot in one day. That's California raising prices right there.
Damn, Jackson.
Of course,
We're at,
the way they do it in California, they wouldn't do it all at once. They'd start at 9 a.m. and go up 40 cents more by the end of the day.
we're at 369 here, but that's what we've been. It just came down from 379.
At least we don't live in Canada. Ouch. So,
Cynthia went out and bought charcoal and lighter fluid. She's ready for that hurricane.
Hey, we wound up that last hurricane about 3 years ago when we lost power for 9 days. We did a lot of grilling those 9 days. You betcha.
yeah.
I had a table set up on the pool patio with the generator. I had the toaster out there. I had the grill out there. I had my coffee pot out there. And the funny thing is, Bill, is when we finally ran the electric cord from the generator to the TV, when the TV came on, even though we had no power, the cable company still had cable. So we were able to sit in here with the generator and watch cable TV with no power.
Shane Kubat, hello, welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Kubat, or good evening. Good evening, the Asylum. Hello, David Frazier.
We got to get Shane, the blind treasure hunter, up here. Come on, Shane.
Bill, did you see how crazy Charlie Stream got Saturday night with JP's bar?
Yeah, that was insane.
Wild.
That was wild. Yeah. That was a lot of fun. Both of them got up over 100 likes. It was just
Marty,
great.
I swear to God, for a split second, I thought that was a wine bottle, Marty. Or Mark, excuse me.
Jamie,
I thought that was a wine bottle.
Well, you don't know what's in there either.
Nope.
Mrs. Can Do, hello.
Good evening, Mrs. Can Do.
Yeah, Jackson, I got my my Ford van decked out with batteries, solar panels, an inverter. It's ready to go for a blackout.
Okay. Thank you, Jackson. Good evening, Hunter Brashear.
Of course, I had my house decked out for solar and batteries, and you see how well that turned out.
I saw some article today. I didn't read it. I just saw the headline saying that insurance companies are either not wanting to insure or dropping people that put solar panels on top of their roofs.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm telling you, almost every day almost every day we have people walking by on a clipboard trying to get in your door to give you a solar presentation almost
Yeah.
every single day.
Yeah, so
Scott's here. Can do. Good evening.
I'm not going to put it in my
Oh,
house
can
anymore.
do.
I'm gonna leave it on my van.
Well, did Tommy wind up running any solar on his van?
Oh yeah,
That black one he did, right?
yeah,
I thought he did. Yeah.
yeah. He
It
had
was all solar panel.
yeah.
You see that it overhung and everything. It was everywhere.
It looked like a big sail on top of it. Yeah, I remember that.
That's why he couldn't go above 55. Because every time he did, his truck lifted up off the ground.
But,
It's all in fun, River Styx.
yeah, you're right, Grandma. Hey, Tommy always has solar. So, Mark, have you got out to get any hunting done, or? Haven't had
Not
the time.
since last weekend. I'm thinking about like sneaking out late at night before I got to go to work and do some park hunting. So I'm getting that itch.
There you go. Wouldn't be anybody in the way that way.
Yeah, because at one of the old dog parks, up in one of the old Pittsburgh parks, Matt and I did it once, and he came out of there pretty good. He didn't like make a killing, but he got a couple silvers, some old Wheaties. So I might try to hit that area before the dogs get there.
There you go. Hey, Rob, are you going to
Yes,
go
sir.
live after me tonight?
I thought about doing a hurricane party stream, but there's no hurricane, Bill.
No hurricane.
Kind of
This is
hard to have a
how-
hurricane party with no hurricane. I mean,
I can see Rob stream the hurricane that never was. Alice, hello.
Mrs. Can do. It was supposed to skirt us to where we were going to get like tropical storm winds, like 45 to 65 mile an hour winds. We were supposed to have 7 to 9 foot storm surge. They were saying a lot of they've evacuated. U.S. Highway 19 is our main north-south highway, and on the west side, the Gulf side, that's evacuation zone A. The county has required everybody on zone A to be evacuated because that side does flood on a bad storm, but we're not getting anything. Denise has got the Weather Channel on now. Oh, now it's saying later.
See what Shane wrote there, Rob? It says your area could get 10-foot surges.
Yeah, that was like 4 hours ago, 6
Okay.
hours ago. It's like we're right here. We're right here. It's moving. All right, I got to do this right. It's moving away from us this way, and as it does, it's pulling the rain away from us.
Good.
Good evening, Miss Maria Alice Wonderland.
Frankie
Yeah,
said, I think it's on the way, Rob.
Yes, it's still
south.
south of us, Frankie. It's not supposed to get equal to us till about 2-3 this morning. And then by, I guess, 7 or 8 o'clock, it's supposed to make landfall up there in the Big Bend.
Bill, leave us alone. Where'd Bill go?
Miss Maria, we're doing fine. It's pushing to the west of us, closer to the Texas side of the Gulf. So it's pulling the rain away. They're downgrading our winds. They're downgrading our storm surge. Shane said he just read that they're predicting up to 9 foot. Thank you, Maria. We have a certain few areas, Mark, that still flood, even if we get a heavy rainstorm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not seeing 10-foot surges. All
Even
right,
with
I'll
the
turn it
hurricane.
on. Hey, Bill,
Even
make
with
me large. Bill, let me large for a sec.
Okay. Because I
I was going to say,
remember.
Rob, even with all the hurricanes you guys get, I'm starting to understand the Pittsburgh snowbirds.
Okay, here's the storm.
There we go.
Okay, Denise and I are right here where these two Come on, Rob, do the picture. Denise and I are right here where these two counties meet. right here. Okay,
You're
that's
like
where
right
we're
on
at.
the, you're right. You're like right on
It's
the.
predicted to go way up here. It's supposed to make landfall way up here. Okay, and like I say, Denise and I are right here.
Love
As
to
you
you
can
too,
see,
man.
it's pulling most of it away from us. So very happy for that.
Yes, we are unsupervised, Mrs. Candu.
Bad thing.
I remember 1991, living in Northern California, and I was working for a company where it was building maintenance. And this is where the weathermen got it really wrong. They didn't predict a 4-foot snowstorm that came in overnight. So I wake up the next morning because I open up the building for everybody in the morning. I look out the window, I go, oh crap. I had to call my boss who lived in another town and go, you ain't coming in today. He goes, what do you mean? I go, there's 4 feet of snow up here and the roads are covered. He goes, call everybody and let them know. Let them know.
Always 10% right.
Yeah. So I call everybody and let them know. And we just had some new roofs put on and had some building added on with flat roofs. So I had to trek out there and shovel the snow off the flat roofs because they didn't put enough drainage in it. And when I got there, the sun had already come out and was starting to melt the snow, and the light fixtures in the building had started filling up with water.
Well, I'm happy because this area doesn't do well with flooding and rain. So I'm happy this is staying to the west of us.
Yeah. You got to tell me that here when they have a flood warning here, you don't go downtown because it just gets, underwater. Huh.
Nice, Deej. Yeah, Florida is one of the flattest states there are. I think the hottest spot in Florida, I think, is like 90 or 110 feet above sea level, and we only have 1 or 2 spots like that in the whole state.
I think you got Tennessee beat on that, so it's just flat here. Except, I take that back. Over the Appalachians on the east. So I'm in the middle, so it's pretty flat through here.
We ever get one of those Category 5s, Bill, the United States is just going to look like it goes around from Georgia to Alabama because we're not going to be here anymore. So,
Well, that's like California. If they ever have that big earthquake. Well, Jim, I'm going to go get coffee right now, not a quickie. So,
yeah, I know, like Deep's saying, they want everybody to stay safe, so they blow this stuff up to make sure everybody leaves. But I feel bad for the people up in the Panhandle and Big Bend, but it is the least populated part of the state.
Yeah, at least that's a plus.
Yeah, and there's a lot of forest and woods up there. That's where a lot of logging gets done, Mark. So hopefully that'll slow the storm down or dissipate the storm a little bit.
Yeah.
let's see.
No, not Park Rat. Park Rat's on the other side of Florida.
Yeah.
He's on the East Coast. He's on the ocean side. Him and Kimberly live in a town called Sebastian, which is about 10, 15 miles north of Vero Beach, where Disney has their resort that I stay at over there. But they're both inland a little bit. They're both a few miles. Their main north-south road is A1A. So like ours is US 19. On A1A, everybody on that side of the ocean, I'd imagine, would have to be evacuated for their A zone. But they're both on the west side of that, so they're both inland 4 or 5 miles. Good evening, John Long, Silver Rails. Just waiting it out here in the Tallahassee area. Do you have any rain yet, John? Oh, that's right. Deej's brother's over that way.
Wait, is Charlie in the house?
Is he?
Randy. Hi, Randy.
No.
Oh, okay. Just wondering.
I don't see Charlie.
Yeah, it might. It's gonna be closer to Charlie.
Oh, that's what he's talking about. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
But if it pulls the sand out, Charlie, that what he calls Walker Beach, where they found the 24 silvers, including several walkers, it could strip that beach again. Charlie said 2 days after that last hurricane, the beach was the ocean was already putting sand back on the beach. Because I was going to drive up there like 3 days, and Charlie goes, "Nope, it's already starting to sand back in, Rob. We're not getting any more signals."
Wow.
Yeah, I remember after that hunt he did when it got stripped 4 feet down. He killed it on that hunt.
That was
that was epic.
He called me up and told me somebody told him not to publish that because nobody would believe it. They think he faked it. I said, "Screw that, Charlie. People can see that steps you go down, those wooden steps, that the sand is 4 to 5 feet below those steps. If you have to jump off that seawall, and you can see where there was paint lines. Charlie, it's a once in a lifetime occurrence. Okay, people are going to believe it."
Yep.
Yeah, Frankie, you stay safe up there, Frankie.
Shane's saying on the Weather Channel, they're saying people must evacuate. There's no way they can survive the surges.
Well, see, that's it. They're saying that if the surges had come in 9 feet, most of our coastal communities here aren't built on stilts. A lot of your businesses, 3-4 blocks in, these cities will be inundated. So yeah, it is storm surge that kills people. But I know Grandma Kay. I know he wouldn't because he's the most upstanding guy in the world. So
yeah, Charlie would never do that.
Mm-mm.
And I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Deej. I want to thank Miss Kay. I want to thank Shane. I want to thank Pat, Charlie. I want to thank a lot of people that sent me texts today, guys, wishing me well and hoping that exactly this, that the storm didn't get us. So thank you all for the love and support today. And then a lot of comments on my Monday digs. People were telling me to be safe last night. So thank you all.
Yeah, I told Rod to be safe, and he texted me back. He goes, "We got the garden gnomes in the house. We're all good."
I told that to everybody, Bill, and everybody was rolling on that one. I said, we saved the garden gnomes, okay? John says maybe a 4 foot or so tidal surge at St. George's Island, but maybe real bad for Alligator Point, and maybe 15 plus further east on the Nature Coast. Yeah, that's going to be up there in the Big Bend area. Like Cedar Keys, an old Florida fishing community, Bill. I mean, that's your Florida cracker rednecks there. It's an old fishing community.
Yeah.
They're probably going to get hammered. Denise goes, "The garden gnomes are my kids." I just hope, like people like Frankie and Cynthia, if they need the rain, I hope they get some rain.
Dan, PA Patriot.
Hey, Dan.
Good evening, PA.
Well, I'm going to get some of the garden zombie gnomes for Halloween.
I'm sorry, Bill. When I did the community shout out today, I'd forgotten that you'd moved at 9. I put down 8 p.m. and then I had to put a correction in there. But Frankie
No
said
worries,
he got
Rob.
another friend request from me on Facebook. Jesus Christ!
Somebody got hacked.
Oh, and they're putting out that thing. Oh, Facebook is going to start charging again.
Right.
No, they keep saying that and they never do. That's the thing, It's like,
It doesn't bother me because I just cancel them anyway.
yeah, that's what I would do. They said, "Oh, you're going to pay now." No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Don, just be cool.
Hey, bud.
Beard and Risha just told me the same thing.
Oh, Shane said they said on the news Cedar Keys would get it the worst.
Yeah, that's where they're. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, oh, yeah.
I feel it, Bill.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't sleep last night. Then I was supposed to be
That's why I keep.
had an
That's why I
appointment.
keep covering my runs.
Drive across town to find out. Oh well, we're sorry we canceled that. We were just going to call you. Like, really?
No, they weren't.
Yeah, I know. Jerks, but if you don't call them, they jump down your throat.
And charge you.
Yep, and
Yeah,
charge
it's
you.
not on there yet. Apparently, my Facebook page has been hacked again. Denise said she got a friend request from my page.
Hey, Patty.
Yeah, my phone got a virus, so I had to do a hard reset. I forgot to write down everybody's phone number before I did it. So all of a sudden it's like, oh crap, I got a bunch of people I got to.
Bill, I can't tell you when I got so many phones, went and changed phones. It's amazing how many numbers you lose when you switch over phones.
Oh
Good
yeah.
evening, Miss Patty.
Good evening, Patty.
You both folks should go to Dog Island and Detective. You launch at Carabel Beach. John, I can't wait. My neighbor keeps inviting me to go out in his new boat. The guy that I went out to the island with last year, he bought a boat almost twice as big. And we've been keeping trying to get together. But I'm going to go back out and hunt Party Island again, where they all go out there and drink. And I found one ring when I was out there last time. Good evening, Doug. Just be cool. Facebook doesn't like my politics, I think, for myself. There you go, PA.
I don't know if the weather back there has anything to do with here, but the next 3 mornings is going to be nice and cool. So the next 3 mornings, I'm going to go out and detect.
Yeah, it does, Deej. They were talking about that here, that super moon or crescent moon, whatever they're calling it. It is going to add some storm surge or some height to the storm surge because we're already at a super high tide because of the moon. But with the
Hey.
storm pulling away further, Deej, it's going to help. It's not going to raise it as much.
Yeah.
Park rats
Good
here.
evening, Mr. Park Rat.
Pat. Coming up, Pat. Join the panel. That way we can have the 4 racketeers.
Is that the AC kicking on, D, or is that rain? Oh my God, we're actually getting rain.
Wow.
You might be having your hurricane party.
Yeah.
Well, if I go off the screen completely, you'll know something took a turn for the worst.
Yeah. Trevor,
Hey, PA Patriot got a question for you, Rob. Hey, Rob, PA Patriot got a question for you. What is that growing on your face?
I haven't felt like shaving. Denise is calling it my Santa Claus look. Good evening, Trebor the Detector. Good evening, sir.
Oh, Pat, why did Mark shave? Did he lose a bet? I just got tired of it, brother. That's all. I got tired of the beard.
Yeah, now he looks like Jeff Bridges, huh?
I'll take it as a compliment.
It's been as one.
Hey, there's the imposter me.
Imposter you?
You find the hacker.
Oh, you found it, huh?
Hey, Gary.
Gary, hello. Welcome. Alice wondering, oh wow, Mark, you do look like him. He does.
Oh, thank you for the nice compliment there, Maria.
Yeah, report them, Rob. So 2 days later, Facebook can get hold of you and say, you've
I
been
reported him and blocked him. He's even got my city wrong.
You see what Shane wrote? Mark looks the same to me. Thank you, Shane. I'll take it as a compliment too, brother.
He does look a little younger, Deej. You're right. John Long, you take care. And again,
Good night, John Long. Thanks for stopping by.
Good night, John.
we appreciate your faith in
Careful.
God, and you have a safe night, sir. You and your whole family.
Be safe.
Yep, I did, Deej. I reported him. David Frazier, Scooter Boy's doing good. Let me tell you something. That was an exciting 15, 20-minute drive. It was exciting and freaking terrifying at the same time. I literally had not been on a scooter since Denise and I went with another couple on one of our Disney cruises over 25 years ago. And when we went to the Bahamas, the four of us rented scooters and we went around the backside of the island on the Grand Bahama, and we toured around on a scooter. So it's literally been 25 years since I've been on a scooter. I said to the guy, "Where's the gear shift there?" He goes, "No, it's just one gear, buddy." I'm like, "Okay."
I'm on a scooter almost every day.
That's a badass scooter you got, Bill.
I like it. It's really nice. I'm surprised how much better they've made them over the last 5 or 6 years. Some of the ones you used to get, man, you couldn't trust the damn things.
Well, Denise was following me. She said it had no problem doing 45, my sister's scooter, and so I mean,
Wow.
I kept up. I mean, I stayed on a back road, that had a maximum speed limit of 45, and I wasn't going to take it anywhere near the highway we have. And then I tried making sure I just slowed down automatically coming up the light, so when I timed the light, I didn't have to put my feet down on the scooter.
See what Pat wrote?
We wrote
Smart
that
ass,
too, Bill.
I was bouncing on the back rim, Pat. Okay.
Annabella, how you doing?
Annabelle Atwood, hello. Welcome to the stream.
Good evening, Gary's metal detecting.
Gary.
So, Bill, a good night at my metal detecting club meeting last night. The cheater guy was there,
Ooh.
but I blew his ass away because Troy and I had such a good month of hunting. I had all that good stuff to put out. I had that silver ring to put out. I had a gold-plated ring to put out. I had the gold earring from Clearwater Beach to put out. I had like 12 pieces of jewelry to put out. I had a kick-ass. I had a 1930s token, flip token, brass token to put out as my coin. I had a great relic. I had a great special find. I had 41 Wheaties, 2 silvers, and a buffalo on my group coin. And he was like, "Man, you got 41 Wheaties. I've never seen 41 Wheaties." I said, "Troy and I hit 1 yard that had 28 Wheaties in it." I said, "We just kicked ass."
Damn.
And
Yep.
I said, he goes, "Well, I didn't hunt much because I had skin cancer surgery." And I'm like, "Well, that just gave you less time to plant shit." And then all his cronies from Tampa that vote for him no matter what he puts out, none of them came over because of the hurricane. So none of his voting block was there for him. So everybody just voted based on the merits of the fines, just like the way it's supposed to be. And I buried his ass, and I was happy to bury his ass.
David Frazier, I don't think they're going to do anything anytime soon because they keep dropping the price on the Xterra. So their simplex killers kind of bit the dust. I think. I'm not sure. I mean, I like mine, but I found out some things about it. I'm going to be doing a air test compared to the Vanquish, and you're going to be surprised the results. It's not good for the Xterra.
It's like the Xterra turned into the redheaded stepchild nobody talks about.
Yeah, it's starting to.
Fine.
I saw somebody had them
I
for
think
200.
I think they just released that so they had something at the same price point as the Simplex.
The new
They
Simplex.
just didn't want to give that. They didn't want to give that business away to Simplex, and the problem was is the 540. What's the one you had, Bill? The red.
I got the Vanquish. So I got the 440.
Vanquish. Yeah, the Vanquish is already out. And then a year ago, 2 years ago, whenever the Vanquish came out, when what's her name, Debbie or whatever that girl is from Mine Lab that drives the Jeep with the trailer, when she came to our club, the Ocala club, and the Tampa club, and they played all three of them at this big park we have our meeting, our picnics at, and then she was showing off. It was the U.S. premiere of the Vanquish,
Good night, man.
and like 70% of the club already owns a Equinox, and I'm like, okay, why are they coming out with something that somebody already bought a machine more expensive than this, and it's not even waterproof, and it's.
Yeah.
I mean, she did this whole huge presentation, and there wasn't any interest in that machine whatsoever.
Yeah. But it's actually the Vanquish is sold well for. So
It did. It sold better than I thought it would, Bill.
But the thing is, the Vanquish works. Here isn't the problem. The Xterra. Well, I was telling Mark.
Yeah.
Okay, remember when Charlie was talking about when he got his and he went over a gold ring and didn't want to see it? Well, Paystreak Super Freak did the same thing. He braided a gold ring at 4 inches, and in 3 out of the 4 modes, it wouldn't even detect it. Well, I started messing with mine, and if it's not an all metal mode, I noticed all of a sudden it was losing a ton of depth. And the Vanquish with the 8-inch coil was getting better depth than my Xterra was with the 12-inch coil. I'm going to do a video on it, show an air test, and show the difference.
Brewers here. Good evening, Brewers.
Yeah. Hi, Jeff. So.
Yeah, and Charlie called me and texted me a couple times saying he was having trouble picking up small gold chains, and I just recently found my first gold chain ever with the Knox, and it had no problem. The Knox had no problem with it at all.
Yeah,
I will tell you, I do the beach I hunt all the time. I discriminate out my iron. I don't put the iron mode on my Knox. And that's why when I do the beach with Denise K, with that little $100 machine she has, she'll come up to me, like if we separate, she'll come up to me like 4 or 5 tent stakes, the canopy stakes on the beach. And I don't get those because they're all made out of stainless steel, and stainless steel rings up as the same as a ferrous metal, and I've got the iron. So I don't ever get stainless steel. And I was walking on the beach one night, and this glint caught my eye, and I looked down over it, and I saw this little glint. And I ran the metal detector over it, and it didn't do nothing. And I was like, well, that doesn't look like full. And I reached down and picked it up, and it was what I thought was a silver chain. And I held it over the Knox, and it didn't do nothing. And that's when I realized it was a stainless steel chain. And because I had my discrimination on, I didn't pick up that chain.
Yeah. Well, I know Charlie was saying something about, and somebody else was talking about the new 7900, the Manicore having a problem picking up small gold, whereas the 6800 don't. So it's like,
Oh, Bill, Rob, I want to bow out.
Okay,
Thanks
Mark.
for having me up.
Thanks for being up here,
Mark,
Mark.
it's early, buddy.
I know. I still got work to do, so I got to get to it before I pass out here. So,
See, that's a
Have a
nice
great
thing.
night.
When you got a supposedly Class 3 hurricane, Category 3 coming to hurricane, nobody expected me to do anything the next 2 days.
no,
I helped Denise get up on the ladder today, make sure the gutters were cleaned out so our gutters didn't overflow. She brought in the gnomes. I brought down the flag today.
nice.
And I went up to my house and got the generator. So yeah, I brought my garbage cans in and my chairs from my house. Take care, Mark.
Look at Gary's metal detecting. I just raked the beach with a garden hoe. That works the best. Never found so many gold bars, and it's great. The battery life lasts forever.
You know, Bill, somebody, and it's not a channel I follow, and I don't know if it's even a real metal detector. There was a guy on a beach who was walking the beach, and he built a custom rake that was small enough that, like, well, obviously, if a coin goes this way, it's going to get it. But it was small enough that if a coin hit this way, it would pick up coins, and he could pick up jewelry, and you know, because I have people ask me all the time when I'm on Clearwater Beach, how come the sand fluffer machine doesn't pick them up? And if you look at the sand fluffer machine, basically those stainless steel tent stakes, the canopy stakes that are those long rods, that's the same size rod they have in the beach fluffer, but it's got a coil spring on the end of it. So they're like this far apart. They're like an inch and a half apart, and they just drag on the sand. So they're not scooping stuff, but they're big enough that if a plastic bottle or
Yeah, the big pieces of trash.
But they don't pick up coins and they don't pick up jewelry, but they pick up the trash, and then it leaves a nice pattern on the beach.
And gets all the garbage out of the way for you. That's nice.
Clearwater Beach is just the most beautiful beach, Bill. Ask Shane and his family when they came down here. His daughter went. When we left Tampa Stadium that day, when his daughter surprised me with the tour of Tampa Stadium. Bill, I've been a Bucs fan for 50 years or 48 years, but Denise and I have never toured the stadium. So when his daughter bought me the ticket to tour the stadium, and we got to go on the pirate ship and we got to go in the skyboxes, it was really nice. And they were already over there in Tampa, and Shane and I were going to head back to go metal detecting. And they said, "What should we do?" I said, "You guys need to go see Clearwater Beach." And it was a drive. It was like 45 minutes for them, but both his daughters just came back just gushing about how beautiful Clearwater Beach was. And they said, "That's it. We're not staying in Tampa or Orlando next time. We're going to go stay right at Clearwater Beach." Maybe it was Merrill. Maybe it was Merrill with the rake thingy. Oh, Grandma Kelly's got to go. Have a good night, Grandma Kay.
Good night, Grandma Kelly.
My Garrett 300 will pick up a half a staple 3 inches down. There you go, Trevor.
Yep. I know there's nothing wrong with the Ace series of Garrett's. They're great little machines.
You know, a lot of people swear by those Garrett Aces.
I know they're coin shooters for sure. Yeah.
Well, Bill, I went to a little park down the street from Denise's house that I hit when I only have like an hour to do. And I've hit it numerous times, and I've covered a lot of the ground. But I go to the tot lot. They just redid 2 of the tot lots. And I was like, let's see if we can get a fresh drop, piece of kids' jewelry or something, or a charm or something. And I didn't even get a signal on the tot lots, except for that bolt that I found deep from the old tot lot. And then I finally decided to do a little area I hadn't hit. And I was doing really well in coins. I probably had 15 coins. And then I got a zinc penny signal, but it said it was only an inch down. And I just used the tip of my shovel and popped out. And a nice little kid's ring popped out of the dirt.
Sweet.
So, Gary, it sure is.
White sugar. Yeah, I've seen pictures of it. It is beautiful.
Well, that's where they hold the World Sand Sculpting competitions. They come to Clearwater Beach because the sand's just so perfect. Gary, let's get together and get down to Miami one weekend. I do want to go. I want to hunt Miami too. I really just want to say one time that I went and hunted Miami Beach and South Beach. There's got to be jewelry on that beach and in that water. There's just. Yep, there you go, Brewers.
Yep.
That's been the go-to machine for a long time.
Yep.
I learn things about the Knox every time. I told you, Bill, that, well, it was in my Monday Digs video. When I got that silver ring, that men's wedding band, it rang a solid 29. Not 29.30, not 29.28. It rang, even after. So, I didn't even bring my phone. I'm like, we're just doing a modern park here. We're just going to go do some point shooting. And when that wedding band came out on a perfect 29, I've gotten a 28 on the beach, and I think it's going to possibly be a quarter, but it'll be a vape. And that's when I've known now. If you get a 28 on the notch on the beach, it'll probably be a vape. It goes
Vape.
one number down. But man,
Look what Gary said. Gary's moving back to California on Saturday.
oh, yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a drive, Gary, to get to Miami there. But yeah, Gary, you be safe.
Be safe and good luck out there. Cynthia.
But Gary, if I do ever get down to Miami Beach, I will throw you a high for Miami Beach, sir. You know who wanted to do Miami Beach, and we just never got around to doing it when he was here, and he stayed out in front of the house in his van. Dennis and I were going to try and get down to Miami for a weekend, and we just never got to it.
Frankie just got an 11-inch tornado coil for his AT. Sweet. Oh, just till the economy works out, huh, Gary? So in other words, you're not going back there permanently.
No, if he's got a good job offer there.
Gary's retired. He retired.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What does he do? I mean, somebody, because Brewer said happy panning. Does he go gold mining too, Bill?
I don't think he has. I could be wrong. I don't remember seeing Gary do it, Annie.
What? Dennis left YouTube, but he's on TikTok now, Cynthia told me. What the hell?
Oh yeah, he dropped YouTube a couple weeks back.
Why am I always the last to learn everything?
So,
Yeah, he doesn't have a video on for the last 2 months. His Come Fly With Me video was the last one, besides his shorts.
oh, he'll be metal detecting for sure, Jeff.
There you go, Brewer. Good idea. Yeah, I didn't know that, Cynthia. Hey, Troy. I tried talking about it, but Troy left YouTube too, and Troy is kicking ass on TikTok. He's got over 3,500 subs, and he gets, when he does his synopsis on his dig wrap ups, he always has a ton of people there. Troy has a really good following on TikTok.
Yeah, a lot of people do, but I just couldn't get into it.
I have enough trouble running one channel, Bill. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Gary's going to be hitting the beach with the first one. I don't know, but digging Southern Cal. Bill and Christine. Cool. Good night, Cynthia.
Have a good night, Cynthia.
Yeah, I love watching Bill and
Oh, there you
Christine.
go, Gary. Good deal, Gary.
You talk about tent stakes. Every time they detect, tent stakes all over the beaches in California.
Yeah, I do know that, Deej. Thank you. But Deej, the point I'm trying to make is 12 hours ago, that was 100% chance. Okay. And it was 100% chance for the next 12 to 14 hours. Now they're saying by 2-3 o'clock tomorrow, this thing is going to be gone. It's going to be up in Georgia, and it's going to look like it never was here.
Yeah.
Okay, Frankie. Evening, Tom Kingery. Yeah, Bill, Denise asked me to go up to my house and get the generator, so I went and got my generator. I checked on my mail, spoke to my lady. She's like, "Hey, dude, you had a lot of mail in your mailbox." I go, "Listen, I'm sorry, I've been out of town." And she's like, "All right, I know, as long as I know you're gonna be back in and forth." I go, "Yeah." And I had some stuff in my car that I hadn't unloaded in my garage. I got that done. I brought in my garbage cans. I brought in my lawn chairs. I checked with my neighbor. There's a single lady who's got an adult daughter, and she just had a baby, so it's the three of them women. So I checked on them, see if they needed anything. And yeah, I know, Deej. That's exactly what Denise says, Deej. Um, and and then my lawn was a foot tall, Bill. And I found out that the kid that's been mowing my lawn that I've been paying $5 for every time he mows my lawn, him and his family moved out of town. I'm like, yeah, didn't know that either. So got to get up there tomorrow, mow my lawn.
That's pretty bad. The
I
kid
know.
didn't even bother to tell you.
Well, he didn't have my number or nothing. He just
Oh,
I showed up one time about 6-8 months ago, and my lawn was mowed. And I went and knocked on my neighbor's door, the same woman I'm talking about. And I said, Christy, who mowed my lawn? And she goes, oh, the little kid. He's like 12 down the street, 10 or 12. He loves mowing people's lawns. And I said, he goes, he just does it for fun. I go, oh, no, I'm going to go down and pay him. So I went down, like I say, he's like 10 or 11. So I went down and gave him a crisp new $5 bill, and the kid just could not stop smiling. Bill, he was just smiling. So every time that I saw he mowed the lawn, I made sure I stopped at his dad's house and I made sure I gave him another $5 bill.
oh,
So
cool.
I was actually going to pay him with a Kennedy half and see what that did for him, but they're gone now.
Oh, bummer.
Gary, more cowbell, please. Great, another Saturday Night Live skit. Well, I wish Dennis the best over on TikTok. Then I hope it works out very well for him. I just don't think that TikTok has a format that you can do the kind of streams like this we're doing. Because I know Dennis wanted to start get some hours, and the best way to do it is live streams like this. Because I know Dennis was live streaming from some of his permissions up in New York, right?
Yeah, but he wasn't getting a whole lot of people watching his live streams. So
But yeah, but he was doing them during the middle of the day sometimes, like when a lot of people
Yeah.
were working.
yeah, I know that was the problem.
I know,
So
Gary.
I stopped there a few times. He had like 2 or 3 people. It's like, damn. But you're right. It was early in the day.
But you know what? I see a couple of the silver guys and a couple of the coin roll hunting guys at 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And the same thing, Bill. They only have 6 or 9 people, but yet you go to the channels at nighttime, they're doing it, and they got 30, 40, 50 people there. And
Yeah,
it's the same thing with Charlie's night hunt and yours tonight. It's just so much easier. I mean, I know some. I mean, yeah, I was a cop for 10 years, and I worked 3 to 11 every night, so I couldn't do this on my schedule unless it was one of my 2 nights off. But the vast majority of people work day jobs.
yeah.
I mean, I just preferred 3 to 11 my whole life because I'm not a morning person. So yeah, my 21 years that I worked, I did 3 to 11.
That's like I noticed, like Metal Pirate Girl and them people, because I've been I'm going to throw up a cam for the bird feeders out front because we got tons of hummingbirds here. You know, don't get a whole lot of people watching those during the day, but the guys that put the stuff on at night, the night cams, get a hell of a lot of views. It's like, okay.
Wow, Blistering says it's 3:03 a.m. there. Wow.
Yeah, he's over in the UK. So
I had the Dark Knight. The Dark Knight won one of my races, Bill, that for being in my Monday gigs that he didn't have to be there for the Sunday stream. So I contacted him and said, hey, you want a race? He goes, yeah, but I'm over in England. I go, no, I can send a dime. It's under an ounce, so I can send a dime to England. I'll make sure it's real in between 2 pieces of cardboard so nobody can feel it. I said, but I can send you out silver to England.
oh yeah.
Gary said I did 2 to 10. Yeah. Slept in every day. Gary, we had one shift where the department, they wanted to try something, and they asked 6 guys if they would do 3 2-man cars, and we worked 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. Was that 8 hours? Yeah, 4 and 4. Yeah, because they wanted 2-man cars on for bar change for 2 o'clock, and they wanted to make sure that there were some cars out there at 11 o'clock when the shift change was. and that if somebody got to respond to a heavy call, there'd be two guys in the car for backup for each other. So they did an experiment for one shift bid for 4 months. So I worked. There was one 4 month period where I worked 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. And I mean, it was great because you could go get home at bed at 4 o'clock. You're dead tired. You fall right asleep. You sleep till like 11 o'clock, and then you got the whole day. You had your whole day to yourself till you had to go to work at 8.
Yeah.
And usually the night was busy enough that it kept you awake. But I mean, it was like having a whole day off to yourself every day.
Yeah, when I worked in sheet metal, most of the places I worked, we'd run 10-hour shifts. So you'd have 4 10s and then you'd have 3 12s on the weekend. And I loved the 4 10s. I'd work 2 to midnight. And then I thought, man, 3 12s, that sounds pretty easy because then you'd have 4 days off. No, wrong. I didn't realize that extra 2 hours in a day, by the 4th day, all you did the first day off was sleep all day.
Yeah. And that's what my buddy did. He worked 4 on, 4 off. And his first day, he slept on 12-hour shifts.
Yeah, you just sleep. So I switched back to the 4 10s.
Yeah, he worked for Tampa PD. Tampa PD did he worked 12-hour shifts. Well, he worked night shifts, so it was 11 and a half. But they worked 4 on, 4 off. So literally every 4 days he had a mini vacation, 4 days off. Yeah, it made his days on long, but
Now, the one thing I always liked about the kind of work I did, the PM shift would pay a 10% shift differential. And if they ran 24/7, the graveyard shift would pay a 20% shift differential. So if they had a graveyard shift, I worked graveyard.
our swing shift didn't make any money, but I think our midnight guys, they made 5%. Now what they did is the department figured if you worked midnights too long, you got pretty antisocial towards regular people because you were just dealing with the assholes all night on midnight shift. If you worked midnight shift for 2 years, they made you bid off for at least one 4-month period to come out and work one of the other shifts. So you could learn some social skills again.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Wow, 7 to 5, that's a long day.
Because, when I was still in school and stuff, working in all-night restaurants, same thing. You get all the jerks in there at the bars closed, and you deal with them, and so it's a whole different clientele. So yeah, I understand that.
We had an FOP, Fraternal Order Police Lodge, right up the street from the department. I wasn't a member. I was a member of the PBA, but we had several guys that were FOP members, and they had the key card to get in, and they had they had the keg there, and then they had the pool table there, and if you got 10 guys from your squad, and a few of the dispatchers, and some of the guys' wives or girlfriends, we could go up there and shoot some pool, and put the TV on and have a few beers, and it was just a lot of good squad camaraderie.
Yeah. Oh God, that happens not anywhere you work long enough. Especially if you work long shifts, you end up, your family becomes the people you work with because you spend more time with them than you do your actual family.
I will tell you, Bill, the year that I went undercover, that was a real adjustment, Bill, because I couldn't see anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody. My whole life that 1 year was my girlfriend that I lived with. And then about 8 months in, Bill, she left me for another guy.
Oh.
And, yeah. So I came home to that empty house, and I couldn't have anybody from the PD over. I couldn't. Yeah, it was tough.
Hi, John, Finders Keepers.
Good evening, Finders Keepers.
I know. I worked one place where I actually worked mornings, and we work 8 to 12 hours together because they had a lot of overtime in the place. Then we'd go spend 2 to 3 hours at the bar afterwards with each other every day. One day I said, that's it. I'm going to quit going to the bar after work with you guys. Why? I go, we already spend 10, 12 hours together at work. Yeah.
Now, Marty, that's way too long of a day, Marty. That's why I bug Show Me Treasure Chris.
Yeah.
I bug BC Treasure Trails. I bug Rob out there in Montana. You guys all, Frankie, PD Sandigger, man, you guys work a lot. I mean, you know what, though? I say that, and there were days I put in 15, 20-hour days, either at Disney or at the police department. So
my third marriage ended because of my job, because she wanted the money, but I was always working so much. She complained. She goes, "You're always working." I go, "Well, you want me to make extra money? That, make up your mind. You can't have both."
I've always had fun jobs though, Bill. I loved my 10 years as a cop. I loved my 10 years at Disney. I drove the armored car for a year. I really had a lot of fun doing that. That was a fun job.
Marty, that's why you work so much packaging department. Yeah, when everybody else was finished, shipping and packaging and shipping still working. Yeah.
See, Frankie, that's too much. That's 5 12-hour days, buddy. Frankie, do me a favor, buddy. Just take care of your health, man. But you know what, Bill? I think we have a group of people on YouTube and a group of people with metal detecting. We're not out hanging out at bars tonight. We're not out partying. We're not out at
Yeah.
well, of course, they don't make things called discos anymore, but we're not at any like nightclubs tonight. We're not slamming down, hard liquor till 3. We're all here. We can all just get off here, climb right into bed.
Yep.
Gary, that's just insane. Yeah, Petey's is 12 hours a day. Gary, that's just insane.
Well,
I mean, I hope you guys are making a shitload of good money. I really do.
Well, it's the kind of work he had. So, and Pat, I'm partying.
I'll tell you the one nice thing about Disney, Bill. The Disney, obviously didn't pay anywhere near what the police department paid. Now Disney's making much better money now than they did 15, 20 years ago when I was there. But the nice thing about Disney is Disney paid you overtime after 8 hours, even if you were part time. Because for several years I was part time 2 days a week, but they didn't care if you put your 8 hours in, and then the midnight supervisor came to you and said, "Hey, I'm short 2 guys on midnights. Can you give me 4 hours till 3 in the morning?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's no problem." And the nice thing about midnight is since they have less of a staff to drive around the parks, you got to use, instead of walking, you got to use the golf carts at night because the crowds are gone. So, if you have to drive all over Animal Kingdom or Magic Kingdom and let some electrician in some building there that he's got to do work on because you got master keys, you got to use the golf cart. So it made for a fun 4 hours. So even if your paycheck was only 20 hours, 2 8-hour days, and in a 4-hour overtime, the 4 hours was at time and a half.
Yeah.
So you could work as much overtime as you wanted. Good evening, Mr. Greg out west.
I remember it was 98 or 99 in California. They pulled a fast one because the law up until that year, and then they changed it back anyways. But, if you worked over 8 hours in a day, they had to pay overtime. When they switched it, they could work you 40 hours straight before they had to pay you overtime. People were bitching because the company I worked for then was doing it. They were making you work overtime and not having to pay you.
Yeah, fortunately, my entire career, I never worked for a company that didn't pay overtime. Pat says he's partying. That's why he's not coming up, Bill. So Gary says he's having his brownies. Alice said that working so much is how my hubby got hurt. It's not worth it. I agree, Maria. Trevor, have a good night.
Good night, Trevor. Yeah, John, I understand that make more money when you're on your own boss. Also, you got all the problems that go with it too. But
there you go, finders keepers. There you go.
Papa, hello. How you doing? Hi, Greg.
Zaxxon, I'm going to tell you a story that I haven't told too many times since I have left Disney. It took, when I was in training with Disney, when I first got hired and I was in my first 2 days of orientation, somebody said to me, where would you like to work? And I go, I want to work Main Street Magic Kingdom. And the whole room laughed at me. All the security people and the trainers and everybody laughed at me. And I'm like, well, what's so funny? They said, yeah, Rob, everybody wants to work at Magic Kingdom because that's the anchor park. Everybody wants to work Main Street. It's the premier park, and it'll take you years. And it did. It took almost 4 years of seniority before I finally got a spot at Magic Kingdom. But I was working one night late after they closed, and I climbed all the way to the top of Cinderella's castle except for the turret because I didn't have a key for the turret. Only the guy that took Tinkerbell to the top of the castle had the key for the turret. But I got as high as Cinderella Castle as I could. Man, that was a great view one night up there on top of Cinderella's castle. It is cool being in the parks at night when you get to go to the top of all the park icons.
Gary says he remembers that BS from California, Gary, when they pulled that crap. Yeah, that sucked.
Good evening, Papa. Greg says been self-employed for 30 years. There you go. That's the way to do it, guys.
Well, finders keepers, the one thing, because had my own
There
business.
you go. Frankie says give him 5 more years.
You
and
know,
he'll retire.
what I always loved when somebody goes, "Oh, when when you work for yourself, you don't have a boss." I go, "Yeah, you do. Your customer, and if you piss them off, you're in deep crap." So you know, you still have a boss.
I used to get in the argument with the owners of the flea market where I had my video store for 13 years. And they would never understand that the customers coming in, the people driving through, paying them their $1 to park to come into the flea market, those were not their customers. We were the customers of the flea market.
Yeah,
Because we were the people that paid the rent on the stores. Okay.
Yeah.
So we were the people that you tried to make happy.
yeah, bad customers, but it's true, John. The customer's your boss. So
Oh, Maria, I could bore this chat for 5 hours on my Disney stories.
Ken,
I got so many
hello.
stories from Disney. I was there the day they brought in the 6 tiger cubs for Animal Kingdom, Bill. Oh, they were just beautiful.
Frankie says if he can make it 5 more years, he'll be ready to retire.
Yep, I read that. I wish you well in your 5 years, Frankie.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Don't be impressed, Maria. It was a fun job, Maria. I worked every park except Epcot. For some reason, I just didn't have any desire to work Epcot, but I worked Magic Kingdom. I was opening team for Animal Kingdom. I put 7 of my 10 years in at Animal Kingdom.
Oh, that's what Greg did. Greg was
I
a
worked
pool man.
MGM.
He was the pool boy for 30 years.
Yeah, I wonder if he's got all those pool boy jokes, Bill. There you go. There you go, finders.
Yeah, you're right, John. You can. But then you're the guy that catches all the crap if something goes wrong too. So
I didn't know Miss Patty had a second channel.
who?
Dirt Clod Patty. She said, I just got back after.
Oh, I didn't either.
Yeah, Alice, I worked 7 years at Animal Kingdom.
Hi,
I was
Dirt
opening team in 1998 when the park opened. I was opening team.
That's Mr. Pool Boy Bill.
Hey, there was a while that Denise had a pool guy until I would sit here sometimes if I wasn't working, and I saw how little he did for the $45, and the guy was out of here in like 10 minutes, and I was like, no, I'll learn how to put the chlorine in the pool.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I ran into a guy one morning at a grocery store, and he's standing there looking at a lottery ticket machine. He goes, I've never done this before. And he goes, I got $2 left. I go, take a chance. And he had this nice new truck out there, and he won $500. He goes, man, I can make my payment. I go, what do you do? He goes, and this was 2001 when the economy had really taken a crap. He owned a pool business to where he did that. He goes, first thing they get rid of, you're out of here.
Did you see what? Go back and see what Park Rat put, Bill.
Yeah, I celebrating 30 days sober, not in a row, but for the year.
Oh.
Are you sure? Or was that for 2 years, Pat?
It's called Seize the Day, and it's a nature channel. I have a lot of trail cam videos. I started in Guam as a snorkeling channel. Then I moved. Very cool, Miss Patty.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Greg. I'd keep doing that job too, sir. Well, there's the difference between Florida and California right there.
Yeah.
Because I think Denise paid the guy 45 a trip. But I mean, we have one of those, that was the name of that pool storage right up the street there. And you just take your little water and they put it in the chemical machine. They tell you exactly what you need. I come back, I dump it all in the pool, I stir it in. We've got the PD, the pool cleaner, the robot cleaner that does the whole pool. Oh, Gary said I did laundry but forgot to make the bed. It's funny you say that, Patty Dirt Cloud. I miss catching octopus. There was one time when I was with the police department where one of the guys had a deep sea fishing boat, and four of us guys, we actually got four guys together, and we went out in the ocean. We went out like 3 miles and went fishing, and one of us pulled up a small octopus on the line, and when he reeled it in, the octopus came off and hit the deck, and there was four guys like little girls standing on top of coolers and seats because we didn't want that octopus to get near us. We were like a bunch of little girls. Ken says I made more money getting paid to get off stage.
Oh, Marty, my pool is all green. Yuck. There you go, Greg. There's a job for you. A little bit of a drive. Oh, 150 for the 4 visits a month. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Okay, that's what Ken said. I gave up being a male stripper when I was younger. I got paid more to get off stage. That's what I saw the punchline first.
I'm like you, Dirt Clod. I would have stepped in and grabbed it because I pull up to a gas station one day in Northern California. You got Timber and Diamondback Rattlers. And all these people are standing on a huge circle in this gas station. Nobody's pumping gas. I go, what's going on? They go, there's a rattlesnake over there. And I look over and it's a 4-foot garden snake. And so I walk over, grab it, go throw it in the grass, and I'm going, oh, wow. I'm just going, stupid people. It's not even a freaking rattlesnake.
Yeah, Alice, Maria, I didn't know shit about octopus back then. That was 30 years ago. I didn't know if the suction cups sting you or whatever. So yeah, we weren't going to touch that thing. And Bill, the one time I went scuba diving out in the Gulf, miles out in the Gulf. The guy I'm scuba diving with, we both came up after being underwater in about 50 feet of water. We both came up after about 45, 50 minutes down. We were running out of air. So we popped back up, and there was no boat.
Oh, shit. Forgot to anchor it or what?
We were new to boating. I mean, me and my partner just bought in. We were new to boating. So the second the anchor hit the sand, he tied it off. He didn't give it any slack. So every time a wave came, Bill, it just lifted the anchor up at the boat. And the boat just drifted away, Bill. It was miles away. We couldn't even see the boat, Bill.
Oh yeah, Jim, I've caught lots of rattlesnakes with my hand. It's not that big a deal. I mean,
Oh, I bet, Gary. Oh man, I can't believe how much I'm yawning. I'm trying not to have coffee tonight, Bill. I've had a cup of tea. I'm going to get another cup of tea.
Oh, Brewer said I said Cuba diving.
Did I say that?
I think. Yeah, you did say. I guess you did.
So what happened was, Bill, is we're out there bobbing the water. We both filled our vest up some so we could see.
Yeah.
And I could look, and when a wave picked us up a little bit, I could see the top of the buildings in Clearwater. I could just see the top of the skyscraper. So we knew what side was in. But we looked around, there was no boats coming anywhere. So we're just out there bobbing in the water, and we turned around, and there was this fishing boat, one of the commercial fishing boats, and it was hauling ass right at us, and it was trying to beat a storm that was behind it. And luckily, the captain was up on the fly bridge, so we were both in the water waving, and the captain signaled the first mate, and they slowed down, and the boat came around, and we both got on the back of the boat. We handed up our scuba gear and the stuff. The first mate put it up, and he brought us in, and we both flopped down on the desk. All the people in the fishing trip were taking videos of us, Bill, okay? The two lost scuba guys. So we're laying there on the deck of this boat, and he's bringing us in, and this one lady goes, well, weren't you too worried about sharks out here? And I go, lady, I didn't even think about sharks till you just mentioned them right now, okay? And then my buddy was like 2 miles away, and he saw the boat stop, and he went, I bet he's picking up the guys. So he eventually caught up and got to us at the dock. But yeah, Bill, we were just floating out there in the Gulf of Mexico. Just did crazy stuff when you were younger.
Oh yeah.
We had a guy in our 4-wheel drive club, Bill, when I was in college back in my redneck days. He had a nice Chevy with a 7-inch lift on it, and he had 38 monster tires on it. And he had it all. Truck was beautiful, and he was out at the mud hole one night. I wasn't there one night, and I guess he just got absolutely totally shit-faced. And the mud hole was on this side road off the main highway, and I guess he was just hauling ass down this side road, and he came up to the intersection, the T intersection where the highway was, and he was still doing like 50, 60 miles an hour, and he just didn't have time to stop. And he tried making the left-hand turn onto the highway at like 50 miles an hour with a 7-inch lifted truck, and he started making that turn. He just went, and he rolled it right into the ditch, and people told me that he climbed out of the trunk drunk and started auctioning off the parts of his truck right then and there. And somebody said, Clark still has small tires. He needs them. And they called me up the next day and they go, hey, do you want to buy his 38 Monster Motors? I said, absolutely. And that's when I bought my massive tires for my 4-wheel driving. The guy just started selling parts of his truck right there on the side of the road. We never did find the boat, Ken.
Lost the boat completely, huh?
If that fishing boat hadn't come by, I'm not really sure. I would have, Bill. We were all three of us were cops, Bill, and I would have been embarrassed as shit if the Coast Guard would have had to get us. I'm telling you.
I think the most embarrassing thing for a cop was that one guy that was showing the kids in
in the classroom
about
how not to shoot himself. He shot himself in the leg. That's got to be the greatest video ever made, Bill.
No, he's probably telling the truth. They never found the boat. That's not the first time something like that has happened. When I was in high school, graduating year, there's this lake we used to go up and party to because the sheriffs wouldn't even come up there, even if somebody called them, So we're up there partying. It was going to be a whole weekend party because, graduation coming up. We're having a great time. Well, you know how drunk you get in high school, stuff like that. Well, we're tooling around in this VW Bug, and it's a huge lake, and it's miles around it. And we'd never been to the far side, so we come out and we see this bridge. So we drive off down this bridge. Well, it wasn't a bridge, it was a dock. We didn't stop at the end.
Holy crap, Bill.
And the thing about Volkswagens float, only for a little bit before they sink. As far as I know, that guy's, and it was a brand new Bug. The guy's dad had bought it for graduation. As far as I know, it's still sitting out there in the bottom of that lake.
Oh my God.
Yeah. You're 18, you're not thinking. We didn't take food. We took beer and a battery-operated TV.
I never liked those battery-operated TVs. They always sucked. They just always sucked.
Yeah. You can get the sound, but never the picture. Yeah, it's like, why don't we just have a radio?
You're like, oh, I'll take this out camping with us. Nope, you spent more time messing with it than. Yep, it's actually raining pretty good here, Bill.
Is it? Uh-oh.
Yeah, but it's just like a regular
rain.
I mean, it's not like it's not like pounding the windows. It's just a regular rainstorm.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't rain hard if the street doesn't. Everybody laughs at our street name, Fruitwood Loop, but our street floods in front of Denise's house, and there's a drainage system, and if it rains hard and fast, the street will flood pretty. It'll flood. It's about a foot deep, but there's a drainage thing on the other side of the street, and after about 2-3 hours, it'll drain into the system on the street next over. But I'm going to willing to bet that our street doesn't even flood today.
Gary said he rolled his 81 Toyota 4x4 down a hill once. Two idiots standing on me trying to open the door. Well, I was working.
Yeah, Gary, I can't tell you how many stupid things I did between 16 and 20. I bet, Alice, that's another bucket list place of mine to go to is Alaska.
But I remember it was a 78 Toyota that a guy I worked with had his lifted, and he was late for work one day, and I walk out the back door, and the boss goes, "See if he's in the parking lot." Well, the parking lot was right next to the freeway off ramp. Well, he was out there on his side at the end of the off ramp. He slowed down, but he didn't slow down enough for the right hand turn, and went boom. Didn't roll it, just flopped it over on its side. Yeah, but he's not in the parking lot. He's here.
See, Greg's just being he's just being a slob now. I'm going to go make myself a PBJ for dinner. He knows I'm not trying to eat peanut butter tonight. Homer, Alaska. Wow, cool. Yeah, I'm trying very hard not to have peanut butter tonight. Yeah, Patty, that's pretty much one of my number one places bucket list. I want to go to Alaska, and I want to see the Northern Lights. Oh, we're getting some serious rain now, Bill. Where's Miss Deej to tell me it's raining?
Well, if you want to go to Alaska now, save up a lot of money, Rob. It's real expensive up there now.
Yeah, Bill, I'm very happy, Bill. This thing is the eye is way out here, and we're over here. So the eye is over 100 miles out from us. So we're just going to be getting these outer bands here.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is supposed to go right up to here.
Yeah, because a friend of mine sent me a picture not too long ago up in Alaska, and he sent me a picture of a 27-pound frozen butterball turkey. It was $178.
Yeah, you were saying that last time. That's just insane.
Insane, yeah. Oh, here's Deej. Rain most of the night. I mean, Alaska's always been higher, like Hawaii, but they've just really gone through the roof now.
All right, let's see if I can find some live. Hey, Bill's live.
I am? I better go tell me. Yeah, Alice, it's insane. When I saw that, I went, wow. You know?
This is Urban Health Home Insurance. We're trying to find Glorious Home Insurance Market, and we can.
It's north of Tampa, Reed Metro, up towards Dayton.
Yeah, I bet, Gary. 70 pounds of halibut, 60 pounds of salmon. I love smoked salmon.
Wow, some guy who's a meteorologist who has his own YouTube page has 16,000 people watching his live stream right now in the hurricane.
Wow.
16,000 people.
That's nuts.
He looks like he's 14 years old. Andy Hill, meteorologist. He looks like he's 14. But he's got the
Yeah.
got the storm going right there. So
Oh, Deej says he's in his 30s. He looks younger, Deej.
I bet he still gets carded.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Oh, absolutely, Maria. YouTube absolutely loving him. And Frankie goes, and I just hit 550. Holy shit, he has 169,000 subscribers, Bill.
One week in
Oh,
an RV.
he just mentioned Wakula Beach. I think that's a beach that Charlie's hit.
Oh, 1 week in a rented RV and a case of beer a day. That was a long, long time ago in a galaxy far away, says Gary. I know that one.
I'm gonna go out and check the storm a minute, Bill.
Okay. If you don't come back, we'll know you blew away.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, send somebody out for me, okay?
Okay. Gary, you're probably closest. It'll be on you. So you're building metal buildings, huh, Gary? During the summer, that can be super hot work. Two detectives on the beach in a hurry. Yeah, that sounds about right. No, never been in a hurricane. Don't want to be. Been in forest fires, earthquake. Gary knows about that. Here we get tornadoes, though. So had a couple come close. Gary, that sounds like pretty much any construction job. It's amazing how many contractors or the guys working for them are drunk on the job. Used to see that all the time. Yeah, they are horrible. And what gets me is in the old days when they built a house in a tornado area, they would have a cellar. They don't do that anymore. It doesn't make sense. You want to save life, build a cellar. I don't get it. I just don't get it. All your old houses had a storm cellar, and people would store stuff in them, but they were actually built for storms. So Well, I heard the door closed. Maybe he made it back in. Yeah, I know. He's under a tornado watch. No, they aren't good. What gets me is watching them see how fast they can change direction. It's amazing. Don't laugh, Jim. Things like that have actually happened. Oh yeah, you're lucky over there. You don't have things like that, Jamie. You guys would be so amazing. You look on YouTube and look up the stories of ghost ships that have been out floating in the ocean for 30, 40 years and still floating around out there. And all of a sudden they'll disappear for years and then they spot them again. It's amazing. And I'm not talking, 30, 40-foot boats. I'm talking things the size of ocean liners. It's really incredible. But it always rains. Yep. I spent a little time in London, and the whole time I was there, that's what it did with rain. Well, London is just south of London. Oh, really? I ought to watch it. It's amazing. I mean, how do you? As big as the ocean is, I can see how it happens. But when you think there's a 500 or 600 foot long ship out there that gets lost for 8 or 9 years and it reappears, because I've read about where they've abandoned ships for some unknown, I forget the reasons, different reasons, and they just float around out there for a long time. Well, how is it, Rob?
It's a very light rain. It just sounds a little harder because the wind's blowing it into the window. But it's only like 10, 20 mile an hour winds. I mean, the trees are just swaying gently. It's a nice, as my mother would call it, it's a good rain.
Yeah.
But yeah, the street's not flooded. It's coming down lightly. It's nice and cool out there, though.
It is crazy, Alice, but I've read about a lot of them, or like, oh, God, up by Shane, Ohio River Shane. They found a World War I ship in one of the tributaries that somebody floated up there 40 or 50 years ago, and then the river kind of ran dry, so they just left it there. Greg's saying, just to let you know, Rob, it's been a few months since he had peanut butter. Oh, you saw that.
So I sent him an okay. Oh, Marty says, read my last question.
No, he'd feel better if he had a jar of peanut butter right now, Greg.
I feel much better with a jar of peanut butter.
In a hurricane, that would be comfort food.
Oh, Alice, I wanted to be the guy on the shot from Clearwater Beach tonight detecting in the background, but they wouldn't let me on there. I'd have to find that, Marty. The best thing you do is if you know the date you sent it. My pictures are filed by date. No, I don't know if I still have it, Marty.
Ooh, dang. Oh, he said he'll resend it.
Okay. Holy shit, Bill! My Tesla had a good day today.
Oh, good.
Huge day.
Yes, it's still raining, Deej, but it's a real light rain.
Yeah, it's a nice light rain, Deej. My mother would call it a good rain. Well, that's why gas prices are so high. Oil's back over $81 a barrel. Uh-oh, we're talking about tornado watches.
Alice says, dang you, Greg, now I want peanut butter.
Yeah, Jim, I wish you could get some, Jim. I really do. There's so much rain in so many places that it's piling up that I wish it would go to the places that need it, Jim.
Yeah.
I mean, they're saying that the Tampa Bay area is still in a slight drought. I don't really quite understand that. I mean, we've gotten our fair share of rain. Now, it has not rained every day like it used to 40 years ago. You could set your 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock watch by there after the rain. But we've gotten a good amount of rain today. But they're basically saying, ouch, Greg. They're basically saying that this storm will take care of the drought throughout the entire state of Florida. And if it helps Cynthia and Frankie up there in Georgia and South Carolina, then good deal. And technically, Bill, there's a second hurricane out in the Atlantic right now, Franklin.
Really?
Yeah, it's just not going to pose any threat to United States coastal land. But yeah, there's been a hurricane out there for 2 days.
Huh.
Deej says, "Yuck! I don't eat peanut butter anymore. It sticks to my tummy permanently."
Alice, be right back. Get him peanut butter sandwich.
This guy's going up another 1,000
Bring
people.
me one, Alice says. That's like I can't remember whose street we were in the other night and started talking about tacos, and everybody wanted a taco. Isn't that amazing to how you talk about something as simple as a taco or peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and all of a sudden, everybody goes, man, that sounds good right now.
Tacos sound good pretty much any time.
Yeah. Tacos and bacon.
Wow, Frankie says the tides are already started over there. Wow, Frankie.
Hey, that's one thing you never thought about. Bacon on your tacos.
Oh, ham, eggs, and fried potatoes for dinner. I love breakfast for dinner. I try and get Denise. We haven't done it. We probably haven't done it in 6 months. But I used to try and get her like once every few months to go to IHOP for dinner. But But yeah, ham, eggs, and fried potatoes for dinner is freaking awesome.
I do ham, bacon, fried hash browns, eggs, and biscuits and gravy. You checking your email, Rob?
No,
Fort Myers docked for 3 feet underwater. Hi, Mary. How you doing? Welcome. Only going to be here probably another 5-10 minutes and then shut it down, but welcome to be here.
oh wow, a guy on this guy's stream says Pinellas Park getting power flickers right now. They're about 25 miles south of us.
Yeah, Greg. Using whole wheat butter makes the peanut butter and jelly sandwich a whole lot healthier. Not.
Let me check my mail. Good evening, Miss Mary. Oh, Marty sent me a.
Hey,
Oh,
somebody
that's
said
right.
Rob.
This is-
Somebody said Rob a picture of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
This is the one he sent me, Bill. Bernardo Rob live hurricane coverage. That is great. I forgot that, Marty. That is great. Thank you, Marty.
Okay, Greg, if it makes you feel better. But still, make a sandwich, send a picture of it to Rob.
No, that's not fair.
That's like I'd be working with guys that were overweight because they'd be sitting at a desk. So I'm going to have salads for lunch and eat healthy. Then they pour a whole bottle of dressing on the salad. It's like, well, you were going to eat healthy. Oh yeah, Dirk Cloud. I mean, like West Coast. They called this last one a hurricane out there, but they've always called them typhoons on the West Coast. So
I researched that, Bill. I found that out because I was wondering why that one that was off the California coast they were calling a hurricane.
yeah.
It is the far east Pacific, like Japan, Okinawa. Those
Okay.
places it's called. It's got to be the eastern half of the Pacific that they're called a typhoon. If it's still on the U.S. coast, even though it's the Pacific Ocean, it's still called a hurricane. I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that either. Because I mean, I remember growing up as a kid, they called a typhoon off the coast. So
Because they named it a hurricane. It was Hurricane. I
Yeah.
forget what its name was, and I was like, why aren't they calling that a typhoon?
oh, like I said, they used to. So
See, Patty says the international date line divides them. That makes complete total sense.
okay.
See, Bill, we come to your chat and we learn things,
And things, yep.
whether we
Like
want
I
to
said,
or not.
I remember when they get them off the coast of California, they'd call them a typhoon back in the old days. So it's like somebody I remember when one of the chats we were talking about, and they said, "Oh, I think one turns a different direction." I said, "I don't think so." But I don't know.
I'm amazed, Bill. This guy's stream's got a lot of people from all the little cities right here around Denise's house, asking them, what they're going to be expecting.
Rob, Dirk Clyde just came up with another one. In the Indian Ocean, they call them cyclones. Did not know that. Cool. Thank you.
Patty's just a shell answer man tonight.
Yeah. No, Frankie, they can both turn the same rotation. That's what we were looking into because somebody said they also turn different. That's like it's not always true about, on the other side of the world, the water spins opposite direction going down the drain. Not always true. So
I want to go to Australia and see the toilet water go the other way.
well, some parts of Australia it doesn't though. Because I was talking to somebody where they said, no, it goes the same direction as yours, but that was in one part of the country.
See, Miss Patty said she's a weather geek. Patty is one smart cookie. Absolutely.
Well, you're right, Mary. Teenagers are cyclones, but we're talking about weather cyclones, not they could be the same.
Yep. Marie, Deej is sharp also.
Yep. They do go different directions in the southern hemisphere. Okay, well,
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I want Deej to come back to Florida, at least around the Orlando area. That's close enough I can get to where we can go do a hunt. Funny, I have a really good friend named Andy Hill, the same name as this meteorologist. Yep, Frankie, Deej is just a plethora of information. There we go, Deej. I used to be a storm spotter for Genesee County years ago.
must be Alice. He isn't back yet.
Yeah, Deej. I wish we could just say that wisdom came with age. They don't seem to always go together. Wait, Rob has friends. Oh, you funny girl, Mary.
You funny, Mary.
Ha-ha.
Funny. Yeah. Gary's reading the chat. Yeah, isn't that funny, Marty? You show 75 Jefferson nickel, you get 1,200 views. I posted something on there the other day, older, and got next to nothing. Then I posted a view of a piece of aluminum extrusion and got 2,000 views. I don't get it.
My scooter short got 1,200 views. Just me driving down the road on a scooter.
Oh, I got to see that. I missed that.
Yeah, I want to thank all the people leaving me well wishes on my channel tonight for the storm. Thank you all very much. And like I say, folks like Deej and Shane and people Pat sent me well wishes. Thank you all very much. Oh, I do, Mary. Absolutely. From the bottom of my toes. Yeah, Deej was asking me if I was going to go live, Bill. I think I'm going to take advantage of this nice light rain, Bill, and let the rain put me to sleep.
Yeah. That's a good idea, Rob. Yeah. Nice watching your scooter video, Rob. Cool.
like I say, Bill, it's the first time in 25 years I've been on a scooter, and I had to go 15 miles with the thing. That might be the only thing I am safe to drive, Mary. What looked ridiculous, Bill, is that I borrowed my neighbor for my helmet, and it was a full-fledged Fox dirt bike helmet with the fins on the side and the goggles. I mean, it looked like something you should do on some really cool dirt bike. And here's Scooter Boy down there with this cool helmet. That's
What are you
exactly right.
talking? Are you using tags, Bill, that claim they have no meaning? Oh, you mean on the short stage? I don't put anything on there. So it just time of day or whatever doesn't see. It's just lost connection there for a minute. It just seems that people watch stuff about garbage rather than other stuff. I don't get it. Yeah, no, I don't. I just throw up a short. I don't put anything on it except a caption. You know. It's just strange what people will watch sometimes.
Very.
Well, anyways, people, it's 10 o'clock. I'm going to go detecting in the morning. I'm going to get up early. So
It's 10 o'clock your time. It's 11 o'clock our time, Bill.
there, yeah. I know Rob's going to try to get some sleep and let the rain put him to sleep. I wish it was
I'm
raining
gonna
here.
I'm gonna put the Weather Channel on, and I'm just gonna fall asleep in my recliner, listening to the rain and the Weather Channel.
Yeah. Okay. Good night, everybody. Rob, thank you for coming up and co-hosting
I
as
enjoyed
always.
it, Bill. It was nice coming in at the beginning with no trivia tonight, so I enjoyed it from the beginning, and I got to watch a couple of videos tonight too earlier. So, all righty. Take care, everybody.
All right,
Thanks for
good night,
being here.
everybody. Thank you for being here.
Will do, Alice. I will do that.